Hello people and welcome to another Planetside 2 video. I hope you're all doing good. My name is MattiAce and here is this site video that a couple of people have asked me to do, and I decided to play around a little bit as Vanu and try to come up with some good stuff. And man, did I fail. At least the first, I don't know, 30-40 minutes went completely horrible. All my dogfighting was bad, my air to ground was bad, my maneuverability was horrible. I just crashed and died for, no reason. So now, aside from the fact that the servers have been absolutely terrible for a while, and also while I was recording this, I haven't been flying the site that much lately. I think this is the first time in 2 weeks, and maybe Vanu doesn't really like me anymore. There's one thing about the site that makes it really good, and that is air to ground. And I'm not really talking about the Rocketpods I'm spamming here, I'm talking about the Hailstorm. So the way I do this is that once the reloading animation starts, I switch to the next weapon and keep dealing damage. And this way I can keep my damage output more effective. Now obviously if I wanted to play even more risky than I already am, I could hover more and I could obviously get my aim on the target better, maybe pick off one or two guys more, but that would also leave me more of a sitting duck to the enemy heavy assaults. And as you can see, I get quite a lot of kills with the Hailstorm, even though that is not an air-to-ground weapon at all. It's just surprisingly effective if you just can keep your aim at the target for like half a second or some such. I do have quite a lot of success doing this with the Mosquito as well, but with the Reaver it is a lot harder. And the main reason for that I think is because of the well-known offset of the main gun. I also find the sight to be easier to control in those situations. Being that I haven't been flying the sight in a while, I have a little bit of a problem dogfighting here, and that carried out through the whole session. But unfortunately I haven't been playing Vanu at all the last couple of weeks, and it's a little sad, but that plays a big role in why I have a problem controlling the sight. So now there wasn't all that much dogfighting going on this night, but here are at least a few of the air-to-air combat situations that I was able to catch.
Enemy galaxy in the area.
So now one of the things about dogfighting with the sight is, I know I've mentioned this before, but I've had quite a lot of success using the photon pods in dogfights with other ESFs when I fly the sight. I don't know why that is really, if it has something to do with the accuracy or if it has something to do with the way I just find it easier to control the sights in some situations. And even though I've recently started practicing this a bit in the virtual reality room with my Terran wingman Mosquito, this is just something that I've found to be easier with the sight, even though I've never really practiced it at all. Yeah, and just because I said that, of course I missed this Mosquito, but yeah, that's how it is. And like I said earlier about air to ground, for whatever reason, the sight is the one that I have the most success with when using the dedicated anti-air gun, actually, the Hailstorm. Now this is not to say that this is all that hard to do with the Mosquito, but with the Reaver this is a lot harder to do, and obviously the offset that I talked about earlier is one of the main reasons for that. Now what I want to ask you guys about is that when it comes to air to ground like this, do you find the sight to be more effective because of how much easier it is with the Hailstorm than the Rotary guns of the other two ESFs? Or is this just something that is just for me and you don't experience this at all? Now the second thing is, does this actually give the site any kind of advantage towards the other two ESFs? If the answer to the first question would be yes. Because one of the things that I really want to point out here is that I am not really making a difference here. This is not one of these game deciding battles, because doing something like this in a situation like where I am now, when we have already won the battle, that is very easy compared to what it would be like if we had an even amount of opponents compared to our team, and also if these guys were be more organized and more experienced. And one of the things is also that I could just as well have used the rocket pods right away in most of these engagements, or I could have just used any other more dedicated anti-infantry weapon. But the thing is, the reason why I think that this might not be any game-breaking advantage to the Scythe is because look how easy it is to deny what I've been doing. One anti-air, that's all it takes. Also, it isn't all that hard for a heavy assault to just use the default rocket launcher and shoot down a hovering ESF. Now, on the other hand though, if you are an experienced, high-skilled and dedicated Scythe pilot, you will probably be able to do this better than I do, and also while maneuvering a bit to minimize the risks. Because if this was a critical engagement and I was flying any of the other two ESFs that I am more comfortable with, I wouldn't have to hover like this, and nor would I take the risk hovering like this as well. So yeah, that's gonna have to be it, people. Thank you so much for watching. This was a horribly laggy experience recording this, and yeah, I hope the video came out pretty decent anyway. I would really like to know what you think. Share your experience, share your thoughts, and hope to see you soon again. So, bye for now.
The facility is ours.